Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it. This is Samson Toll, Liberian Public Radio. But I want to bring your attention to a show that I'm going to be having tonight. It's going to be very interesting. I'm encouraging all of you, those of you that are listening to this video, to tune in tonight, because perhaps this might be some of the reason why we have all of the mess that is going on in our own country. Because you have to listen to these things. These things, the trouble we've been having in Liberia didn't start overnight. These are things that's been happening from time to time. There are those who came before us, past generation, failed to recognize these things, and will continue to repeat them. And because we ourselves have not yet able to recognize and see if these things can be rectified, so that this country, beautiful country of ours, can be built just by our hands as Liberian. Doesn't matter who you are at this point. Concord country, it doesn't even exist anymore. We're all one another. We're all one country, one people. But if we do not understand why these things are happening to us, we're most likely not going to be able to find solution. So I ask you tonight to join me.
Yet, how does one begin to help people who swim on their own flooded streets to voting booths to vote incompetent criminals back into office?
Yes, that is a big question we all have to answer. How do you help people who will go to the voting booth swimming in their own flooded streets just to vote people in offices who are incompetent? And those incompetent people that are being voted in offices will also appoint people who are also incompetent. So this is like a big deal. How do we help our brothers and sisters to make sure that their voting rights are utilized effectively? They have the voting cards. They must be told how important their voting cards are to all of us. And so I'm saying, those of us that have this platform, this is not time for hate. You don't come into this because you hate. You must do all you can to educate the voters themselves, how important their voting cards are. Because if their vote our leaders being able to do what is right for our people. Join me this evening as I try to explore this particular question and many more that will be coming. Join me this evening at 8 Eastern Time, 5 Pacific, where we will take on this question and be able to see how much we can go. With your help, we, the Liberian people, will be able to educate our brothers and sisters that have the right to vote whoever they want, but they must do so with responsibility. This is Samson Toll, Liberian Public Radio. Thank you very much.
C'est aussi vraiment encore une autre fidèle qui l'Amérique n'a pas loupé yo. Quand il y a Sylvie, il y a quoi qui j'ai loupé presse. L'Amérique n'a pas loupé. T'as bien de moi avec moi une en ce moment. On va battre au moins néo. Mon temps dit est à mon moyen. Ça va bien pour moi dit quoi. Tu là loupé yo.
Anything that people get to amendment, and there will be from 2005 to date. We all doing anything. I've done something.
Good evening, folks. Samson Toll, Liberian Public Radio. Very much excited here tonight. I want to thank all of you that tuning in. We say thank you, but please share this video as much as you can. Very important that this video be shared here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Safety, safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again for bringing us here together. We want to thank you for this wonderful, wonderful day. Because of you, we are here, my Lord. We ask you to continue to guide us. We ask you to continue to bless us. Because of the blessing and the opportunity that you have given us, we are here today. And we want to make sure that we say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're just wonderful. Thank you. My Lord, the political season in Liberia is on. And we're asking that the Republic of Liberia is being placed in your hand. Guide us all. Give us wisdom. Give us idea. Bless the leaders of the Republic of Liberia. Bless the leadership of the Republic of Liberia. Bless the opposition leadership of the Republic of Liberia. We ask you, my Lord, for your blessing. Thank you. We ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you. Okay, folks, again, quickly here, I'm very much excited here tonight. I have with me, you way over there in Liberia. You way over there in Liberia. You still making plan with me. You've still making plan with me. What you want? I can't come to Liberia. But that you play over there, you over there. I know you're not trying to be talking. Hey, you're poor for in my team here tonight. More poor bad go blue drive wrong. Can you go and okay? I got more about up in and then you have dinner, jam a point as I can still in Kamoka menus go in Nantana Gamo and you're way that be a young put on one from right away in Nantana Gamo word. A more than more yeah. Ain't no or see Nantana reward bad go blue pole they Philadelphia. Now you go and Yamoka Munba when I say that. They waited that already. Okay, folks, Samson Toll, Liberian Public Radio. We want to thank all of you. I'm just just rambling all over this place, but I want to thank you, Mr. Soul. Thank you. I hope you stay safe over there, my brother. Thank you for connecting with us as well. Thank you, folks. I have with me the outgoing. I'm not too sure if I should say outgoing yet because it's the no election yet. Who knows? We might have Donald Trump stopping everything in the process. I have with me my older brother here tonight, Mr. But at this stage, we don't do brother business. This is business. The president of the GBARZON District Association. Let me bring in Mr. J.J. Dennis, please. Good evening, Mr. Dennis. Thank you for joining us. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mr. Toll.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Folks, this is the president of GBARZON District Association, Mr. J.J. Dennis. who is helping to put the district forward as a big time. And this year, this month, this week, there will be an election to someone to succeed J.J. Dennis, who has spent all of his constitutional time. I have been behind J.J. Dennis to change the constitution so he can stay. He said, no, you can't do that. Constitution. So, folks know I'm just kidding. This young man have done such a wonderful job for the district, and we'll go into that here tonight. Mr. Dennis, welcome. I know you're not stranger to Liberal Public Radio. What will be your introduction part of this conversation tonight?
Good evening, Mr. To, and good evening to the listener tonight. My name is J.J. Dennis. I live in Darby, Pennsylvania. Actually, people say Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I've been around the GBARZON district and Grand GBARZON Association since I arrived in the United States. I have attended so many. I'm married. I got my wife, Madam Eugene Paul Dennis. I got my children here with me in the United States. I got one of them staying in Liberia. But I'm happy to be here with you tonight, Samson.
Thank you. I'm happy to have you as well. I think all of us are glad to have you here as well. And I want to say thanks to my other little brother, Nathaniel, who has given us this opportunity to use the studio tonight, who is a station manager of Liberian Public Radio, but allow us to use the studio, which is very good for him on his part. We say thank you as well. Mr. Dennis, we ask you to join us here tonight because very shortly here you will be exiting the scene, so to speak, and not necessarily going away, but that you will be taking a leave of GBARZON district activities in terms of leadership. And I just thought that I'd bring you on here so that perhaps you will give us some insight of this organization, how things are managed, and what are some of the things you did that are good that perhaps you want other folks to understand how things are. Some of the things that you did, perhaps if there's any regret, you can point that out as well, so that folks that are going to be coming after you, because this is a family organization, so that folks that will be coming after you perhaps will try to emulate some of the good things that you did and continue to do, and some of the pitfall in terms of leadership. What are some of the things they need to watch out for? And I tell, let's start from that perspective tonight. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Samson.
How the family?
They're all great. They're all fine.
Thank you.
I just left the house to come to the studio because I know that it's very important that we speak to our people in a very quiet area, even though my house is a quiet area too, but there are a lot of traffic that there, so I
Your
decided
president,
Exactly.
your president. So we understand. Okay. So the question to you is, how long did you serve the Boston district people in the United States or in the Americas?
Actually, as a national president, it's been very close to 6 years. In August, this August 17 will be 6 years. But in the GBARZON District Association, I've been around. I serve as the first chapter coordinator for GBARZON District Association of Pennsylvania. And then I decided to move on to I ran for the presidency of the Grand GBARZON Association in Pennsylvania. But unfortunately, I didn't win. But yes, I've been around the GBARZON District Association since 2002 when I got in the United States of America.
I see. So let's go a little bit into the association itself, and the reason why I'm bringing all of these things out. I'm not a stranger to the ongoing activities of Boston District, although Brother Kwame accused me of giving my birthright at one time because I did not attend Boston District Convention. I attended Queenable District Convention, and he thought that I have given up my birthright. He wrote about that. But that's in the past. We're going to move on. But what I want you to explain to me here is the insight. And I'm not going to pull punches here tonight either. You have your uncle here, who's a very good friend of mine. Both of us older than you, of course. But you was just at that time very, very difficult to deal with. And so the thing I want to find out is what happened from that JJ Dennis
To this
that
JJ
when he's
Dennis.
ready to speak, first thing you say, let me tell you, when he start telling you, let me tell you, and start rounding with it, then you know something else is coming. So this JJ Dennis that is now be reverenced by many, many Brazilians. Whenever you not only because you're president, but be your presence alone, make people want to do good for the district. Can you tell me a little bit what happened, if you care to, or if you want to keep that up?
Well, no, I can tell you, Mr. Toa. You know, when I first got in the United States, thank God for Alfonso Zianso. He was the president when I got here.
Why
In fact,
call the man that
no,
me on my show? You
no,
can't call the
hold
man me
on.
on my show.
No, hold on, Mr. Toa. I
All right,
understand.
no, I'm very
But when
serious.
I understand. But when I got here,
No, I'm just playing with you. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
know. When I got here, he was the president
Yes.
when I got here.
Yes.
And then I went to his inauguration
Right.
in Rhode Island at that time.
Mhm.
And looking at Brazilian all over the United States, because when you call, you hear that this person is in this state, the other one is in this state. And you know, when you come here, you are naive. We thought the state was just like being in Accra or something like that, because I came from Ghana. So then I met with him as a president at that time. I said, Mr. So, I live in Pennsylvania. At that time, I was living in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Right.
So I said, what I want for us to do, let us put GBARZON District together too. Let me help you put GBARZON District together, members together in Pennsylvania, and create something we call chapter. And this chapter here will be governed by a coordinator. We'll only have one president, and then we'll be having chapter in Pennsylvania. He said, oh, Mr. Dennis, no problem. If you can do it, I'll work with you. So when I came to Philadelphia, I called a meeting. And then they say, okay, since you brought the idea, or you should be the coordinator. I said, fine. Then I talked to my president, Mr. So, and then we started thinking about another chapter, which is Rhode Island or New England chapter. Even though he lived in New England, but I told him we should have a chapter there too. And he agreed. I mean, he was a person that I can work with. But
I can't work with him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
he ain't a
fine.
man who house you in that. They must say we can't work together at all.
Okay. But anyway, we had that chapter, and then we decided to put together a convention.
Yeah.
And we said, okay, since we're talking about convention, let us have the first convention in the president's home area, which is in Rhode Island.
Right.
And then we'll have the convention in Rhode Island. That was 2007.
Right.
That was the first convention we had. Then we say, okay, let's move to another area. We came to Pennsylvania,
Which I attended.
which you attended. So you see, the organization started growing and growing and growing. And then we started going to Minnesota. From Minnesota, went back to Rhode Island.
Which I attended. I attended that as well.
I mean, all these, yeah, you attended that too. So what I'm saying is that there's a vision that some of us were looking at. We're not just looking at being Boston District Association and people pay money and we don't know where the money was going. We didn't say that it was not going anywhere, but at that time, there was no link with the people back there. So that was why I was a little bit, feeling bad about what was going on, because we want to see tangibles. We want to see something going on. And then Mr. Zia, who was my uncle, was the board chair. That's why when we go to meeting, I want to come up with it. He will start telling me, I mean, because if you come from Africa newly, or you see what the people going through, you have problem. even when I came to America, I went to visit Mr. Nyanu, Bill Nyanu in Chicago.
Right.
Because before I left Ghana, I was a vice president for GBARZON, with the Graduate Development Association in Ghana. So when I came, I went to him because he was the president at that time.
Right.
I went to him to tell him that there's an organization called GBARZON in Ghana, and wanted to make sure that the Graduate Association have a say in Ghana, because there are so many graduates that were in Ghana at that time. But I was really looking at the scholarship, because there were some children in Ghana. There was one guy they called Webster Nyai. He was the only person that passed the WIAC test, that WIAC exam that year. So I went to him to talk to him, so we can see reason to give somebody scholarship over there. So anyway, fast forward. So that's how the GBARZON District Association started growing to Iowa, different areas. We started opening, Alfonso started opening chapters, and then there was this up and down in in Rhode Island, where you were again. You were all into it until it went down.
Right.
But we didn't stop there. Some of us followed it until we came up with an interim leadership. You didn't attend that time.
No.
But it was, we had our meeting
in Rochester, New York.
No, in New York. Not Rochester, but in New York.
Yeah, New York, okay.
Yeah. So, GBARZON District, we have come too far.
I see.
We have come too far.
Okay. I don't want us to go through all of the rigmarole here. We all know the story.
Right.
But I thought that I lay out the groundwork, because at this point, Mr. Dennis, to be honest with you, I want to thank you very much for putting GBARZON District once again on the map.
Thank you.
Because what you have done here, taking a district organization from conflict process, because there was a serious conflict that was going on. So now make GBARZON District one of the envious in the GDEC community. It's something that we all appreciate. And I thought that I get you here to talk about it, and also to appreciate you and to say thank you. Those of you that are listening and asking, GBARZON District is in Grand GDEC County, the Republic of Liberia. All right, JJ. So this is it for GBARZON District and you in terms of leadership. Is that correct? Or there are other roles, leadership roles, that perhaps you see playing in GBARZON District still?
Well, Mr. Toad, to be honest, I will be around. I don't know whether I will be playing any leadership role, but if need be there, I won't mind. But the highest I can go is where I am now, to be former president next week.
I see. Former president next week. So the GBARZON District Association, Mr. So, who was then the president, he had a vision of making sure that GBARZON District tend to go all over the United States, whatever the area where they are Brazilian, there must be a chapter. If they're willing to have a chapter, there will be a chapter. He was willing to travel from area to area. And you immediately, once you became president, it became evident to all of us that you're not going to be one of those president led by president. You decide to take the initiative of visiting any chapter or any want to be chapter. You go there, encourage them. Before you became president, there were things that perhaps you couldn't see. But after you became president, what was the most critical thing that you thought, oh my God, I didn't know this thing was like this, but I'm going to work out it and try to fix it? What was it?
Well, you see, if you work with a leader, you will get some idea where was very hard for him or where was very soft for him. You will maneuver your way around. So when you say that any hard thing is, I strongly feel that decision making is one of the main things that a leader is supposed to look at. What type of decision? Will it affect the people negatively or positively? So these are the two areas you have to see. But I don't see anything that I really regret or that really gave me some tough time because I know the type of decision that will benefit our people.
I see.
Yeah.
So, what's about relationship with your insider, people that you work with day to day for the day to day activities of Boston District? How would the relationship among you all?
well, I would say cordial, very cordial. Up to now, yes. I mean, you see, this is what we should look at. There's so many people that want to work for the district, especially in our leadership. We started with a complete code of officer. Some people will walk, some people will run, some people will crawl, and some people will stand. But it does not mean that they are not following what you guys doing. And you as a leader, just make sure you be focused. So when you talk about leadership, I mean my vice president, my secretary, everybody work effectively. But this is America. That's why people will say this is America. There will be some meeting that I will call Mr. To, you yourself will not attend the meeting.
Many of the media, yes.
Exactly. So I would not say that I have problem with people or with any of my executives. People that was appointed, they resigned, that's fine. But we have to move the district to where we were focused to get it. And this is where we are today.
I see. So, with that kinds of leadership, how were you able to maintain the focus of the group in all of these years? Because we've seen other organizations where if they are not their leadership is not in crisis, the members don't want to attend meetings. Some leaders don't want to associate themselves with other people. In fact, there was a one time here, some leader told another members in his circle, I don't want you to use me to gain popularity in a community. So there was some. It seemed to me there was some from that particular team leadership. There seemed to be some sort of a jealousy and what have you. How were you able to have your people to focus on what exactly you're trying to do?
Well, one thing you should remember is that you are the president of this organization. And for me being the president of the organization, the good thing is that I will always call people to a meeting, executive meeting. And if we decide at the executive meeting and you leave the executive meeting and want to go left, we're not going to go to that level. We agree before we bring things into the executive meeting, there's a decision that we come up with. This is what we want to do. We sell it to our people. They will come and ask us, what's the benefit? We tell them the benefit. If they say no, and I know there's benefit in it, after some time, as a president, I will convince especially my secretary. If an organization have effective secretary who is the sole administrator of the organization, trust me, your organization will go, your leadership will be good. Communication is one of the biggest things that you need to get. If you can't communicate with your people, you won't make it. So all along is calling somebody before an idea is developed or you develop an idea, try to sell it. You got to love it. As a president, you must lobby with your people. You can't bring them all and say, this is it. You have to lobby. Try to sell the idea.
We have a leader here on LPR who is my way or no way. He's also a conservative leader here. I'm trying to, for Nathaniel and myself, to get together and call other LPR members and try to overthrow him, but it's not working yet. No, on a very serious note, I want to thank you. But let me say this here before I go on to the next subject matter. I also want to take my hat off to your wife because, we know our community. And for her to be with you, stick with you, allow you to travel places, state to state, I thought it's very commendable. And I want to say thanks to Madam Dennis here this evening. Madam Paul, thank you very much. But JJ, I have a video here. It's going to take about 10 minutes. So please go find a cup of water to drink or whatever you're going to do. And this video is about you and the organization. It's about you, things that you have done in the organization. After the video, we'll come back on the other end, and then you and I are going to have a conversation about these different projects that you have engaged in, finished, and project that is still ongoing for our people back home. And then I just want people to know that by me bringing you up here to have a conversation, you're not just sit down president, you are a dual president. Let's do it together, president. And I want to showcase some of those projects here tonight on my show as well. So please sit tight, and we'll be back as soon as the video is open. Thank you very much. Again, folks, Samson told LIBETAL Public Radio. I want to thank all of you that have been watching. We say thank you very much. Hey, man, they see you here with confusion business. What? Yeah. I said, my people, let me ask you, what is spoon? I wonder you can make confusion like that with people the way our owner CEO can make confusion with people. What? Yeah, man. But anyhow, on a very serious note, I'm going to play this video here. The video is about 10 minutes or so that we're able to script together some of the activities of this president and the association, some of the things that he has done through his leadership, some of the good things that he has done through his leadership, and all of the officers with their cooperation and their hard work, some of the payoff benefiting the Barzonians back home. I want to show that. So let's do that. Thank you very much, and come back in if you can.
Barzon Desperate President, JJ Dene, Mwaweo, Nathaniel cry, Josephine cry.
I'm serious, I'm not joking. You will be the judge. Which direction this organization should take? Do you want the current status quo or you want the way forward? Are you going to vote for someone because you are from the same era, or you put Barzon District first?
As an active member of this organization, what do you consider two urgent needs of this organization, and what are your plans to address them?
Thank you very much. The first thing I'll be thinking about is to bring unity among the Barzonians in the United States or in the diaspora. Because when we are not together, we'll not be talking about financial accountability. First of all the other chapters that we're talking about today, we have to revitalize them. Make sure that the I-1 chapter is revitalized. Even if it is there, but we want to make sure. So we want to create more chapters. Let people be able to know that Barzon District is in that area. So we have to identify who are the Barzon District members in Missouri. Make sure we bring the people together first. I'm a first priority. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Motoka Kenyo, Motoka Kenyo, Usablo Yonbeye, Motoka Kenyo, Motoka Kenyo, Usablo Yonbeye, Motoka Kenyo, Kinyo Da Dene, West Lady Bazon District, Anya Bazon, I don't know, I can't get it, I tell you, on your Dene. Ayode adroye no. Ayode adroye nyamulea. National Chelede et mon plan. You say mon plan.
Okay, this is the GBARZON District Association school building, the bill. And these are the classroom. As you can see, March 4th. So there's class note. Second, I'm not too sure what all they put down here, but I just want you to see the student chairs and class and table. And I really appreciate the GBARZON District Association for doing this. Let's go to the next class and follow me. This is another one. And it seemed to me they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, about 20 students in a class. So I'm not too sure. This is 5th grade. Topic flock. I don't know what that is. So I don't want to interpret anything that is not. So let's see what grade this one is. Oh, it seems like they have more students in here than they do over there, or maybe they just pile the chairs in here for now. Okay, this is, I believe, is third grade science. By the way, this is the school that was built by GBARZON District Association under the leadership of Mr. J.J. Dennis, and we will post this video here very shortly. I thought I'd read this. It's very interesting. But thank you. And this is the one I believe they did the renovation on, and I think it's also a wonderful thing. I just want people to know that. But thank you. This is 5th grade, 6th grade, and I believe that this will be 4th grade, 3rd grade. Okay, so they have the grades on the door, as you can see, 3rd and 4th, and then 5th on this door. Okay. 5th on this door, and 6th on this door. I'm not gonna, okay, they got 8 and 9 and, something like that. So this is the high school in Yaudi, and we're visiting here. And I think our brothers and sisters have done a wonderful job, which of course I am part of that. But thank you guys, bye-bye.
National Queen, our door. I say, where Mao? Go for Banto. On the hotel, in your lower dear. Ula Habaga, and a wow, Habagiwo, and a wow. The address here, they tell it, I want catch up. You are. Chelele, Elino Money. La news are when they want the Ramo. Fabio, Griselle Tayo. Cecilia Gare. La news are when they want the Ramo. Fabio Tagajana. We saw the ten. Are you way?
Yeah.
mo jeje deni ne o jijo wo ki o aba o inu owe o tataje praiwe no ba ke won ru oji o eyi we anu awado ji si ma no mo nu owe o ayude o ayude ah, blé franco depuis le studio Cambodia. Arrangez les doigts. Abewe. Mongwe. Doré à ce quoi. Jeta master. Ah, Nathaniel Craig, you know Josephine Craig. Aïe. Moi, délai. Passe son inomba. Passe son jogbaï. Aïe! Muzo sowe, Jioba mwe o. Kula ajo denende, ajo jeje denende. Ya bro enyamu, ya bro emeo, ya bro enyamu. No you see denende.
All right. Mr. Dennis, are you still with us? I think you are. Thank you. So, Mr. Dennis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clear.
Okay. So I just thought that I'd do that here on LPR. We try to also show our appreciation to you and the rest of your team. Once again, I want to thank you very much. We're all going to be in Farco here, kind of about a week. Less than
Just
5
days
days.
from now,
Yeah, over the weekend, we're all going to be there. But let me ask you this: what can you tell us about these two projects that I show here tonight? What can you tell us about those two projects?
Well, I'm very excited, Mr. Tool. I want to say thanks to the GBARZON that helped this administration to put up a building in Jaundi. This project was a very tough one to construct. And I think you went to Jaundi and saw the building, but it's not like this. It's not like what we're seeing tonight. There are so many things that went on over there after that. But I just want to say thanks to GBARZON all over that contributed their money. Even those that didn't have the chance to pay money, I want to say thank you for their prayers. I want to say thank for their, moral support. The only thing is that I won't be bragging myself to say we are giving. We are not people, GBARZON district, we don't give. Let me put it that way. Let me make it emphatically clear. We struggle to do this job. That school that we built for about 39,000, money wasted on the highway, the road condition, the truck to carry the loads to Zlatan, the motorbikes that drag the steel rod from Zlatan to Jaundi, motorbike carry cement bags, 5 cement bags to a motorbike to Zlatan. People got hurt by accident on that road. But thank God we have a building over there. We call it a school now. And for that reason, the problem we went through, besides taking money from our cover, some of us took our own money to talk to people back there. I want to give a credit to my able national chair lady, Madam Flan, Edmond Flan. We used to call people in Jaundi to even brush around the school. To pay people to brush around their own school where JJ Denecha will not go to. The commissioners. We used to call the superintendent, the representative of GBARZON district. None of the people are coming to us. The representative refused to go to see the building. This is property. We open, dialogue with him to see we're doing something over there. Before I go further, something, when we got in, when we took over the administration, is our dream. We wanted to build school in a town. We thought of Plo. I contacted a representative. He told me to say the road was bad. That was a good advice he gave. Said the road was bad. We said, what's about Woe? He said that a worst place. Because if you can't build a school in Plo, you can't get a Woe. So I said, okay, then let's see whether I can look at Joundy, which is our district headquarters. So I asked for a picture from Joundy, the school that they use in Joundy. I think you saw part of it. The one you saw that, yeah. So as I saw the picture, I said, okay, then what we'll do, let's build a school there. We had to, the roof, we had to change everything. The school was built like a church. It's a open, the whole part is open. And they use, wood as a partition for classes. And we have to break everything. What I'm saying is that we from GBARZON district, I'm appealing to us again. Now we are undertaking a project. The school you saw in Totown right now, the second phase you saw, is in Totown. And the experience we had with the Joundy school, that's why we decided to go to Totown in a different way. And I'm sure that most of the things we're doing, we always calling you as our senior brother, as our mentor, as our advisor to tell us what to do. So when I saw a school, I always let her Google things there too. I Google a school building in some part of Nimba, and they said Ken. So I said, well, who are the people? Within that time, Jane Yubote put out the flyer that a person from one Dr. Forte was going to be speaking there. So I said, but who's Dr. Forte? Let me see where they live. Then I go check to Dr. Forte. It's a board member for Ken. So then I contacted one lady they call Deconti Man Nyumpa. What Deconti, this lady? He said, yes. I said, okay, I want to talk to this lady. If you look at one of the photos, you see, I want to negotiate with her in her office in Delaware. And I told her, she said, oh, but I'm from GBARZON district. So I said, okay, that's good. Where? She told me the place she came from. I said, oh, great. But can we strike a deal so that the school you build, or they say I will be able to build one in GBARZON district? And she said, well, we are in a business of building community college in Zwedru. So I said, well, that's good. Well, let's do it this way, because we are in America. Can you have an annex in GBARZON district? And she said, yes. I said, okay. So she said, but then you got to tell me how the population look like, or the road network. So when I drew a map of GBARZON district and made that connection. So she said, okay. Then I would take Zletown. I said, well, that's fine. Zletown, in fact, that's where I'm from. I just don't want for it to be like it's in my town because I'm the president. He said, okay. I said, well, we have a project already earmarked for Totown. And she said, oh, that's no problem. That's how we went to tell the people. I called Zletown, I called the chief there for the land. So they said, fine. So they left from here. They went to see Zwedru, where they're supposed to build a community college or university. They went there. So I asked her, can you reach to Zletown? She and Mr. Wowo, they got on motorbike and they went to Zletown. One of the pictures are maybe you will see in the future. And that lady rode out motorbike because the car broke down. A car couldn't go, it didn't break down. It got stuck in Zaytown. And she went there. And she was well received in that area. She didn't reach the Totown because of the road condition. So when we negotiated, she said, okay, this is the deal. We build the annex in Zletown. I'm going to talk to my board of directors, and this annex here will build it, but it will be $1 for $1. I said, that's fine. At the 11th hour, there was a confusion on the land issue. So I said, hey, I don't want to put you in the position where tomorrow you say, oh, Mr. President, you didn't tell me the true story. Because I can remember in Monrovia, somebody built a school on the land and the caterpillar went and broke the school down. I don't want for it to go like that. So then what you do, go to Totown. So they went to Totown. And Totown Potu, they received them. So when they came back, we set up a committee. We have a committee set up in America here, headed by Mr. Emma Zawanja, and another committee set up in Totown. There's a chairman there too, Mr. Kuo. So we started working with them. I called Totown. We had a serious meeting with the Totown people. A big warning that the people that come in, we not pay anybody who want for her to help us. But, you know, the lady said, look, we don't work without people giving somebody, you know, like a compensation. But Mr. To, my administration, Mr. Sapi, the Secretary General, that guy is a friend, he's a brother, and he's a secretary. Let me put it that way. He been talking with the people every day in Total. The project you saw over there it will be costing us $90,000. It's a modern school. I'm sorry that. In fact, you were at the convention when we showed the blueprint. You were one of those that were arguing about the money and all. So what I'm saying is that these are things that if there's unity, there's strength. GBARZON district people, they are united, even though they are not giving like the way we were expecting it. I called a meeting. I said everybody pay $200 so we can be able to finance the building. Up to this time, some people have paid, some people have not paid. But thank God the convention is coming, and I'm sure that they will pay at the convention and will continue that project. But for me, right now, I'm very, very excited of this administration. What we have done, people can do it. People can do more. Even when we leave, the people that will be coming, I'm sure that they will do more than what we are doing. If they don't do more, it means that there's a mistake. You have to be part of the administration or part of the organization in order to know what the strength lies. And our strength lies with communication, traveling, meeting people, talking to them about GBARZON district. That's all you need to do.
Thank you for that lengthy explanation. I think many of us that follows, and even the audience here now will get to understand. And Mikey saying here, thanks, JJ. I think people really do appreciate that because there are many organizations, like your organization here in the diaspora, that always have issue with money and what have you. How were you able to manage the trust and transparent issue within your administration? In other words, how were you able to have the supporters, your members, to trust you, and at the same time, you and the member of your administration to be transparent as well? How were you able to do those things?
Well, Samson, when we took over, thank you very much. When we took over, there was no bank account. And my administration decided to open a bank account. So have a bank account open at Wells Fargo. Right now we are having account at Wells Fargo. So the next thing we thought of doing is to have, because it was an article of incorporation. Then we say, okay, you know what? Let's push it up to get a 501c3. So we went and established a 501c3, which IRS is aware now that we are an organization that exists. Office is in Philadelphia. So what we normally do is, when they send you some, when you open a bank account, they will send the my card or bank card. When they send it, I call the board of director. I say, you know what? I don't want to keep bank card because my.
Say, why you send it to me? So I can use it Obama potato bring them my gold.
Okay. But anyway, I decided to cut it up and we rip it up, and that was it. Because I have a bank card. I mean, I'm saving my money at Wells Fargo also, so I don't want any kind of duplication. But the good thing is that something, when we go to convention, we make a report, financial report. Every penny we spend is recorded. We have one of the best financial secretary. He was not elected. He was appointed by the administration. So we used to have that money. Every penny we spend, we make sure we account for it. The only thing that people will trust you with is if they give you money, let them see their name. Our chat, we have a chat room. This chat room, you pay 50 cents, your name will go there. Even if you don't read, your son, your daughter, or your grandchild will be able to read. And tell you, say, oh, man, the 50 cents you gave us, your name is here. I can remember we left the convention, I think that was 2000, either 2020 or 2021, something like that. And there was a lady who gave me $50. So I said, oh, ma, thank you. That your convention fee? She said, yeah, that's my convention fee. So I said, okay. So I went to deposit the money in the bank. After 2 days, that lady called me. Let me put it in crown. Kind of more wine in here. I do all the I know. There are people, all the I know, poor, like man, or I know, say man. So she was very happy to see her name listed among those that paid to the convention, even though she didn't attend the convention, but she paid her convention fee. So those things that if you're doing it, people will be trusting you. And this is why our fear was. We should not play with GBARZON district money. Every cent we spend, if we spend money on our own, if it is not from the account, it left with you, that's fine. And this is where I gave my cheerleader credit for. Every time I call her, she buy phone car, she send me phone car, she gave me money to send to people that are cooking, even though we have paid them already, but she want additional. So these are the trusts. You have to be able to account for every penny. Right now, as we are going to the convention, check our chat rooms. You will see people that pay money. We have 3 different ways to pay money. And the 3 different ways, all the money go to the account. And all the names, they are listed. So these are things that you have to do.
Appreciate that. Mr. President. So let me. You're an African and African leader. It doesn't matter whether in America or in Timbuktu. African leader usually don't like to give up power that easily. So let me ask you this: you're leaving office by next week. You will be ex-president, and what will be your relationship to the incoming government? Are you going to be one of those ex-leaders that will be meddling into the affair of the incoming administration, the fact that you once a leader?
You said it right. I'm an African leader. I'm an African. I am not going to go away easily. I'm not going to melt in their business. But what I expected from those that are running today to be doing to me, that's what I will be doing to them. Some of them cannot do it, I will do it to them. When I say I will do it, it means that I expected some of them to be coming to meetings, attend meetings, attend functions, conventions. I will attend every convention that is called by GBARZON District Association.
So are you suggesting here, Mr. President, and I'll push this one on
come on.
Are you suggesting here that there's someone within the hierarchies of these office seeker that were not fully involved into the daily activities, not even daily, but yearly activities of GBARZON District?
Definitely, yes.
And this person is seeking to be the president or seeking to be in the high office of the GBARZON District?
Definitely. This is not a joke. I really, but This is election. Anybody win, trust me, I'll work with them.
Okay.
The former presidents, let me come on, the former presidents of GBARZON District Association, some of them, they are selective. They select which of the convention they go to. Some of them, they don't attend any convention. Now, people that are seeking for this particular position, some of them never attended any convention. Some of them don't even come on teleconference. Some of them even don't contribute. We have during the COVID time, there was a committee set up, and Poye Justina Tower were chairing that committee, and we collected money to send medical supplies in GBARZON District. 44 towns in GBARZON District received some medical supplies from GBARZON District. Go and take a look at it, the listing. Some people never pay a penny towards that. Even the schools we're talking about, some of them never pay anything. Maybe the few days now, check the list, maybe they're paying money now because they want to be. Some of them don't come to meeting. In fact, the last meeting I had, I told them, say, let me tell you guys, I'm not going anywhere, but I'm telling you, you have to call me, because that's what some people do. You always have to call them to a meeting. Even when the meeting starts, you have to call them. I say, if they don't call me too, I'm sorry, I won't attend their meeting.
That's
But
a little bit.
I was there joking. I will attend that meeting. But these are things that are really.
And I'm not going to ask you to name names here, because the election is coming up. People are going to be running campaign. But that's a little bit concerning from this liberal here. To have the soon to be outgoing president stating here publicly, there's those who seeking high office, whom perhaps might be elected president of this association, yet still in the past have not participated fully in the activities of the association, in the fundraising activity of the association, in fundraising to help our brothers and sisters back home, and yet still they're now seeking offices. But anyway, that's left with the voters. But that's something that's very concerning. But let's move on here. Let's move on. This is our family organization.
Definitely.
Whatever the people decide to do, we will support that as well. But let me go and now we're going to go leave the humanitarian position. Now we're going to go into politics, of course, GBARZON district politics. That is. Is there any hand that out there that perhaps you're willing to lift here tonight?
Well, Samson, when I was running to be president, one of my major things I said was to revamp the organization or the chapters. And there are couples of chapters that we really revamp, and they are functioning today. Pennsylvania was existing. Mr. Chapua, he's been doing great all along. New England chapter was going down the drain when Mr. Mose Edridge left. I call him superintendent because I myself was superintendent here. It took some time with the help of Mr. Dennis, P. Dennis, we were able to revamp the New England chapter. Today we have a coordinator there by the name of Cecilia Monroe. And she's very, very strong enough to putting people together over there. I went there for her inauguration. Because when you put them, when you ask them, they agree, you had to, prompt them up. So I was there doing her inauguration. Her co-chair, assistant coordinator is Peg Sharo, Bena. So the people, they've been holding that chapter together. Then I said, look, you know what? We have to look at the North Dakota chapter, where we are going today. I mean, this weekend. North Dakota. There was a president, there was a coordinator there who refused to report to me as a president because he didn't recognize me. I said, fine. So it took some time. You were not calling meeting and doing everything. The place was just quiet and dead. And I talked to my advisors, Mr. Botitai. I said, Boti, go to Iowa, go to North Dakota and have a meeting over there with the people there. I've been talking with them over there and see whether we can talk with the people. So Boti went there and talked to the people. And today we are having a chapter, Bible chapter over there with the leadership of Mr. Festoka Henson. And I went there. I flew there again to make sure that they are inaugurated. Again, we said, look, let's go to another chapter. We went to South Dakota. We talked to the lady that there with the help of Mr. Kamarato. These are people that know me, that know what I can do. So when Mr. To and the people went over there, we have a chapter there now. The coordinator over there, one Annie Dido Shah. In Des Moines, Iowa, when we went in the election, at that time, Mr. Bobby Paul was the coordinator there. At that time, the chapter went dead when he was there. And I flew there twice to meet with them. After that, I decided to say, look, now working, all the ladies are in Iowa that they put together, they didn't want Bobby because Bobby not doing anything and blah, blah, blah. So from there, I said, okay, let me see whether I can talk to somebody here. So I talked to Mr. Peter Tabler. It's like trying to bring somebody from somewhere to break him down because he was the vice president under David Bantu.
Yes, yes.
So I talked
to very
Mr.
hard-working gentleman as well.
So I talked to Mr. Tabler. I said, look, Peter.
So pretty much it was like a demotion.
Yes, exactly. So I said, Peter, please.
But only those who want to sacrifice will accept
there
the
you
motion.
go. I said, Peter, please. I'm your friend, I'm your brother, I'm the national president of GBARZON district. I will give you all the support. If I were that joking, I say, in fact, you are not elected. You were appointed. So you will come and be a coordinator. And he told me, say, Mr. Dennis, I will think about it. I said, you have to tell me before I leave. So he said, okay, let's talk about it tomorrow morning. So in the night, I went to his wife. And I talked to the woman. The woman said, oh, Mr. Dennis, you are president. He said, I'll talk to Peter. So in the morning, I went to their house. They had a breakfast. We sat down, we ate, and then he agreed. On my way coming,
of course, the wife put her foot down.
Yes.
That's it. And you do it, you eat no cross in the house.
So from that day, Iowa chapter, where they had their problem here and there, but Iowa chapter had been Iowa chapter under Peter Tabler leadership. I tried to go to Minnesota on 3 different occasions. Call people that I know, even my uncle that there. He said, Mr. Dennis, Mr. President, you got to talk to Brian Jai. I said, fine. I called Brian. Brian said, oh, that's good, Mr. President. But what you do, you must come to the place so you can go around and meet those people. So I said, no, Brian, I'm not coming there to go around. What you do, call people to meeting and say, look, there will be a meeting on this date. Trust me, I will fly there and we'll hold meeting. I'll come back the next day. Up to this time, there's no Minnesota chapter. So my dream is to go around and establish these chapters so that they can know GBARZON district there. But let me go a little further.
Let me push a little bit on this Minnesota issue here. And even not just Minnesota, but all the chapters. The chapters are formed to be something of an important arms of this association.
Right.
In the formulation process of the chapter, I will assume that the members within their community have to agree to have a chapter.
Right.
So an individual alone cannot make a chapter. No. The chapter must be made based on the agreement by the community members themselves.
Correct.
So it is now also assume now that perhaps Mr. Jai perhaps have gone and talked to these members, and the members themselves are not in favor of forming a chapter. Is that not something that we can take into this overall scheme of Minnesota failing to have a chapter?
Well, we would not take it off the table. But let me tell you something. The funny thing is that those people that Brown was talking to, that he cannot control at that time, or that would not come to meeting, according to what he's saying, they came to meeting day before yesterday, because the election is coming up. So these are things that I'm talking about. If you
So
want
are they
to,
coming now to form a chapter?
according to them, I think so, because we said they are not, because there's a coordinator over there who resigned. The coordinator, immediately I became president, he was one of those that was not happy with me and saying all kind of things about me. But anyway, he's seen what we have done. So right now, the election is coming, and they have a meeting. And most of the chapters we're talking about today, they are registering people in 50s. Where the GBARZON district people are. Now you're telling me they got 60 people in Minnesota. Where were they? What were they for that whole meeting?
Well, who's on? Are there a chapter? Is there a chapter 9 that is recognized by your administration from Minnesota?
Well, up to this time, no.
So how these 50 or 60 people Brazilian in Minnesota, how they're gonna be doing the same thing that I'm doing? No member, no chapter member.
Well, I don't know. I'm not an election commission, so they send the name to the election commission, but the name that they send the name to the administration also. So this is very appalling to me. And, like, where the goddamn been?
Okay.
According to what I heard, they even had meeting the few days.
Okay.
So that's a good thing.
I think if we're not careful, we might find ourselves Matakana, Glay.
Nah, you're not going
to. We're not going to go there.
No, we're not going there.
Okay, all right. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, Mr. Dennis, again, thank you. But you mind if I open the line here and see? My phone is almost dead, by the way. I'm not too sure. Yeah, man.
Yeah, open the line, man.
Okay, all right. Let me open the line and see if anyone want to be part of this conversation this evening. But let me see. Folks, my car is almost dead, so just bear with us. Let me come back here again. Interesting. So in the meantime, while I'm going on, Mr. Dennis, the upcoming election, I think we're all happy to have that. It's going to be an election of very importance. In other words, since Mr. David Bantu left, this is going to be the first time that a sitting administration will be turning over to an incoming administration democratically. And then not one of those selective that not nobody time based near the election. So I think as a liberal, this is my line. No time business. What are you from? Montpellier? You from Basel? It doesn't matter. You have to go for an election. So what do you make of Brazilian now going to be all over in North Dakota for this election? Is that something that you're happy to see, or is that something that perhaps you're not quite ready to let go?
Mr. Tour, I'm very, very excited and very happy. I mean, I'm calling people here and there. I know when they will be arriving in Minnesota, when they will be getting their cars to travel to the area. I'm very happy, very, very happy. And I'm happy that the association is well united right now. We are together, and I'm appealing to people.
So let me ask you this, and a good thing, I'm still young. I'm only 25 years old, but sometimes I can be daydreaming, so my mind can be going here and there. But the good thing, brothers, coming in, and you're in a very unique position to observe and also to actually speak to this, in that you came in, you saw everything as a coordinator and now a president. You think this association now, from you and your group, have you guys put in enough structure, leadership structure, organization structure, that anybody like me have no clue what is happening in Boston District and can be president without be able, with this organization be able to function? The structure that you put in place is strong enough to be able to guide me with all the buffoonery that I might be carrying on.
Well, something, you know,
caller, could you please lower your monitor, please?
In America, we are in America here, and you can see that.
Caller, lower your monitor. Caller 433 number. 443 number. Please lower your monitor.
I don't know what the next administration will do, but I pray that when they come in,
Mr. Dennis, let me push you on. No, Mr. Dennis. Dennis.
No, listen. Look, Mr. Tour.
If you as a leader and you have structure in place,
yes,
prayer is very important.
Yes.
But
the only way you will know the structure is that if you are part of the making. If you're not part of the making, then of course you will come up with different things. No. Exactly. This is America. They say, oh, Trump. When Trump was running, I'm sorry if somebody is offended. When Trump was running, he was causing people on the highway, and they were dropping, causing the other man, grandma, the other thing. They all dropped. Trump went and got there. At the end of the day, to take him from there now was not easy. We're still fighting yet. So it's something that if you know how the structure was put together, even if you are not part of the administration, but if you know what the people are doing, some convention or how do you call it, some convention decision that was reached, if you know you will protect this convention decision, then of course you will not have a problem. But we say everybody will pay $100 at the convention, a resolution or reach, and you say no, the money is too much. Then you have a problem
because you were never part of the.
You were never part of. Even you were there, but you don't know why the decision was reached.
Okay.
You know, so there are a lot of things.
All right, let me take the caller. Caller 443 number. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your minds?
Tommy Sharo here.
Okay, Mr. Sharo, thank you for calling. What's on your mind this afternoon, sir?
So my question is, I overheard the president saying something about Minnesota chapter bringing in 60 people. So I want you to go over that again. 60 people. How did it come about? And who are those 60 people?
Mr. President, did you hear that question?
Live and clear.
Okay, please.
It might be more than 60. It might be more than 60. But I'm sure they are Brazilian. I'm not the one who will tell you say they are not Brazilian or they are Brazilian. But they are Brazilian. But where they been, I don't know. I can't really remember who in Minnesota that really took part into our meetings. I mean, you are the board chairman. Secretary General. Brown was secretary on the board, and he left later on. I don't know what reason. But what I'm saying is I'm not the one who will say this person is Brazilian or not a Brazilian. But as far as I'm concerned, by the list, it might be more than 60 now, Brazilian. And I'm sure they are Brazilian. Don't get me wrong. But they never came to meeting. Some of them never attended meeting. Some of them did not go to convention throughout. And these are things there. But yes, they are Brazilian.
Okay. Mr. Sharo, did you get that?
I got that, but this is scary.
Okay, and I think your constitution allow you to give you an opportunity to have an engagement with those kinds of things if for some reason.
Yeah, of course.
All right,
of course. But I'm not sure why up to now, Mr. President. That question goes up to you. Up to now, where is the voter registration publication? Because the registration closed since the 10th. Today is the 14th. Is there any reason why Election Commission have not published the voter registration?
Well, it's a good question. Maybe after this, I will ask for really. I think those that the candidates supposed to be at the election commission. I want to distance myself from the election commission.
Mm-hmm.
They were elected to do their job. So whatsoever they do, that will make sure the election is free, fair, and transparent. That's my bottom line.
Understandable. Okay. All right, Mr. Shutter, we're not going to try to litigate any
okay.
issue here on LPR here
Yeah,
this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, folks, Samson told LIBETAL Public Radio, my phone is going down. So give me a call here. We have with us Mr. JJ Dennis, who is here having some wonderful conversation here. Let me go on to this question, Mr. Dennis, and that is, what is your next step? Are you looking at going to take leadership role in GBARZON district proper in Liberia sometime? Are you looking at taking leadership role in a larger Jida community sometimes? What is the next step? Because I think one of the things that I believe in you young people is that once you taste these kinds of leadership positions, you taste this leader business, it's difficult to get out of your system. And so I'm wondering, what are some of the things that I should prepare myself? Because wherever you're going to go, I'll do whatever I can to make sure that I support you. So I'm wondering what Barzonians need to prepare themselves for. Is there anything that perhaps you care to announce now, or maybe perhaps you want to just after this take a break? You can't go to Florida because DeSantis is over there. He's not ready unless you're Alfonso so conservative type person. They would take you, but if you're liberal like myself, Florida is not a place to go right now. So, but on a very serious note, what should we be expecting out of you within the next year or two?
Mr. To, I've been in leadership role for some time now, and whether I will go into another role is not off the table, but it's not right now. I'm not thinking about it yet. Maybe 2-3 years from now, we'll think about it. But right now, I want to enjoy GBARZON district. I say, God, I don't want. I still got some operation within GBARZON district that I need to complete. Not the administration.
You got less than 5 days. You're bringing something on Apostle and Natal will be making flour on our one.
I'm waiting. No, on a serious note, I still I still have some things to do within the GBARZON district. Any president, anybody that win the leadership, I will work with the person. I'm willing to be on any ad hoc committee that they want to. Right now, just to announce to you, we had a committee set up before, and for some reason we decided to suspend that committee, but we revamped it, and it is working with the Babi district administration on the Burkinabe issue, and they are doing a very great job. So it's a joint committee. We got the GBARZON District Association Committee that is headed by Mr. Richard Banto, and we got the Babi District Committee that is headed by one JB. I know he's an older guy, so I just know him by that name. But they are working to bring the unity and make sure that the Burkinabe issue is addressed properly. But we are we are working on it.
I see. Another question that I have here is, in all of your time in office, what was the larger dollar amount that you were able to successfully raise at a convention, or even have at a very peak of your account? What was a larger amount of dollars amount that you were able to realize at one point after another?
I want to say a big thank you to the New England chapter. The England chapter were able to raise $28,000 from the convention, which is last year, 2022 convention. Yes. We pull more crowd there. People attended, and where Cecilia Moreau, the president, and then You see, when you're doing something good, people volunteer their services. Mrs. Dennis, Annie Dennis, she volunteered her services to be chairperson for that committee, that planning committee. And she was assisted by Arthur Estente, who is the education committee chairperson. He was working on that team with Peg Bernard Shoro, who is the assistant coordinator in our area. So the Queen contest was held there. There were a lot of money we raised there. A lot of people show up. I mean, people are all excited to come to convention. And I hope that this particular convention, people will also be excited to
So
go
what
there.
was the total amount, highest total amount that you have raised at one time?
That's what I'm saying. At one time, $28,000. That's the highest.
$28,000.
Yeah. And that came from the convention in the New England chapter.
I see. So you spoke earlier about the total school project that will most likely cost the association $90,000. I know you're going to be leaving office, but is there any kinds of a note, how to note to the incoming administration from you?
Yes. We have a letter, we have a memorandum of understanding that we sign with Ken. And these are some of the things that I'm talking about. If you're working with another group, somebody should know what is going on. There's so many people that know the deal that we have with Ken. Is there anybody in both camps, the leadership now, that are running to be president? Do they have anybody that know the deal that went with Ken? Yes. If they know it, let us take them. Other than that, we will just give it to somebody who know anything about it.
That's scary. Okay. Mr. President, I know it's Monday afternoon, and over there it's late on you guys and here, so I think we need to bring this wonderful conversation to a close here. But before we do that, we just like to ask you if there's anything that perhaps you thought we should have touched on and we're not able to. If that's the case, you want to expand on that and give us some information on it.
Well, I'm sure that we touched on everything besides the convention that is coming up on the 18, 19, and 20 in Des Moines. I mean, in Fargo, North Dakota. Just asking all Brazilians to feel free to go to the convention. The convention is an election convention. The welcome night will be the great one. You know that one of the areas that people see their relatives, friends that you have not seen for some time. So welcome night will be Friday night. Saturday morning will be the business meeting where we discuss and come up with resolution. Are we going to come up with resolution again this year? Yes. Or we're going to forget about resolution until the next administration to continue with our resolution that we got from 2022. That's another one. But these are things that we discuss at the business meeting. And I'm asking all the Brazilians to attend the business meeting. And I don't have that power again, but other than that, I'm going to tell Mr. Nathaniel Cry, who always putting things there, or to say nobody should go live. So that people that are outside, because these are some of the things that they do. They stay home, cross their legs, and then they watch Facebook. And when they see a live, they say, oh, they're not doing anything. You sit down to your house and you say, we're not doing anything. We did something. We pay our way, we went there and we are talking.
And I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm just telling my audience here, the one that usually follow. You see, when I tell you, say Liberians are conservative. You see, you just heard the president. That sound like Alfonso Soul. There's no different. I'm the only liberal here. I'm the only liberal. But anyway, Mr. President, let me ask you this. Is there any regret?
Is there any regret? No.
What are you going to be missing of this date?
I'll be missing my Brazilian that I always calling. I'll be missing my wife telling me somebody calling you. I'm sure that they're not going to be calling me like before, because we have different time limit. People call me like 6 o'clock in the morning because it's around 1 o'clock in Liberia, and they want to know. As we speak, we got people that we are working with in Liberia also. I got my protocol officer in Liberia, George Che, he's in Liberia. And most of the time we always talk, he want to know what's going on here. And we got, I mean, there are so many people that I really work with that will be missing. Like my chief of protocol, Mr. Aaron Zo. You know, from the start of the program, I mean, from the start of our administration, he always, I don't want to say a driver, but he always by my side. He always with me. Just sitting up on your tower. My 6 o'clock call in the morning, I always call her, even though she's married now, but she always picking on my phone. And, you know, there's so many people. I'm not yet to can name people yet tonight.
Because
yes.
we know what that.
But there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people. Even my granddaughter in the house, she'll be running after me with phone. Oh, grandpa, you left your phone yet? Somebody calling you. Even if I don't want to talk to them, she will bring the phone. They'll be embarrassed. She used to answer it before bringing it to me. I said, don't be answering people. You know, like, so these are things I'll be missing. And the fun I can be having while I visit some chapters. I love going to these chapters. Especially Iowa chapter. They will come to the airport. It's not a joke, Samson. One time, let me crack a joke a little bit. I flew from Philadelphia. We went to, I think it was the airport. They would change flight and then went to Des Moines. There's a lady that was sitting beside me in the flight, and her husband was in front, and they were communicating. So I told the guy, I said, "Oh, you can come in the back and let me go to your seat." So he said, "Oh yeah, no problem." So I changed we switched our seat. When we got to Iowa, we were waiting for our baggage. People were calling me from outside, and those ladies from Des Moines, the coordinator from Des Moines, Mr. Lasborn, I call him Lasborn, they were all there. Then when I walked outside, they were singing, "Oh, brother, and one more time," and they were singing that song. So the guy said, "Well, who is this person?" They were calling Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President. And you know, so they want to say, "Oh, you are president in a player today, I know." You know, was I joking? But these are things that I'll be missing. If I'm going to, I've been to New England, before I get to Mrs. Dennis' house, everything is there. I don't know whether it will still be there, because I will not be president again. Former president, you know, you got a kind of courtesy. But I'm sure they will miss me, and I will miss them too. There are so many things that I know.
One last question before we take leave of you.
Okay.
After the election and
hold on 1 second.
Again, folks, Samson told Liberal Public Radio, just bear with us here. The president is taking care of a few things. He's the president, and he hasn't been giving up the position yet. So people still calling him, even if he's on air, which we really do appreciate. But one of the things that I want to say here again, I want to thank all of the administration from the Lionel Reed all the way to the chaplain. You guys did a wonderful, wonderful job. Let me bring the president back in.
I'm back.
Yeah. So the question that I was going to ask you is, when this thing is over, after Sunday election, the winners shall be announced and what have you, and you get back to Philly, what will be the first thing that perhaps you will want to do?
Drink a bottle of Coke. Oh my God.
Okay.
Something, when I get back to Philly,
Yeah.
I would really be thankful to the Almighty God. To be honest, God helped me throughout the 6 years, flying, driving, and all the good things that the Lord have blessed me. I didn't get sick. Everywhere I went, every food I ate, no food. Oh, thank you. No food, no food person. Where I slept. The good thing is that I'm a person who don't take a hotel. People always offer me hotel. I go to everywhere I went. I got place to stay.
All right. Well, Mr. President, I want to thank you very much. I hope anyone that will follow you. This is a family organization. Any one of these gentlemen or ladies that will follow you to be able to continue the progress that you have made so far, so that we do not regress, even trying to turn things around. Let's continue to move forward. I want to thank you very much. And I also want to say thank you to Mr. Cry for hosting you in his studio tonight. And I also want to thank your wife for this wonderful, wonderful opportunity provided to us here. As Brazilians, we really, really do appreciate it. I wish you have changed the constitution, just like many African leaders and say, I'm staying here for life, I'm president for life. But but anyway, no, thank you very much. We'll
Yeah,
pray
yeah. But
that
before
whoever
you,
come in, no, I'm coming to you for your
oh,
closing.
okay,
Yeah,
sure.
that whoever come in will be able to continue with the progress. What will be your closing before we take leave of you, sir?
Thank you very much, Samson, and thanks to LPR. You guys have been all around helping us. One of the conventions we had during the COVID time, it was free of charge. You guys can offer us. You, Mr. To, Mr. Zianso, Mr. Nathaniel Cry, you are able to air all the chapters I just told you about. People are in Des Moines celebrating. People are in Rhode Island, Pennsylvania. They were all celebrating. No chapter participated. We had a guest speaker, my own uncle, Jerry Zia, and we raised over $4,000 on your platform. So I just want to say thank you very much. And I want to speak directly to the GBARZON here tonight. My leaving the stage should not be people that we brought in leaving the organization or the stage. If you are chairman, coordinator, chair lady in all the chapters that we created, I want for you to remain in your post. This is not the Liberian government that when the president moved from there, all the ministers that are there, they sack everybody, the ministers sack all the deputies sack all the people there. That is not it. We are GBARZONian. I'm appealing the help that you guys then gave me. You gave this administration. Let us rally around the person that will be the next president for us. My line will always be open. Since I came to America, my 7179, I never changed it. Let us talk to one another. Election should not bring us backward. Since we are together, let us go. I know you will say, oh, when we were there, the other people are not coming too. The other people are not coming because maybe they have problem. I don't want for you to say you have problem. Let us work together as one body. The last time when the Grand Jury Association have the election in Des Moines, Iowa, after the election, I was hurt. I was hurt because of the procedure, what they did for it not to be free, fair, and transparent. That's how I feel. And then right after the election, that very day, Madam Idepoa came to our camp to say, oh, the election is over, let everybody come together. And I said, Madam Poor, if the election was free and fair, you are not going to come here. You will be jubilating at your headquarters. But because you feel that it is not free and fair, that's why you came here to, say you bring olive leaf for us to forget about things. We're not going to forget it easily. And for that reason, I was not going to support your administration. But Mr. Toe and people that are listening to me tonight, I want for it to be practically clear. I said it when I was mad. I'm a human being, I got feelings. But after some consultation, and my wife told me, and so many people, I just want to tell you guys tonight again, because I spoke at our last meeting, that we got Peter Ase Gale, who is the vice president, or Ase Yinenwe. He's from GBARZON district. And so many people from GBARZON district working in this administration, in IDEPOA administration. Even right now, as we speak, the president for the Pennsylvania chapter, SM Gale, DJ much talk about, he's from GBARZON district. The president for the Washington area or DC Metro, I don't know where they get DC Metro or they get Maryland chapter. He's from GBARZON district, Mr. Paje Wandi. There's so many GBARZONians that are working that will be working with this government, the IDEPOA administration. So tonight, I just want to announce again that I want for all of us, GBARZONians, let us join and support this administration. We are not different. We are from GBARZON district. GBARZON district is in Grand Jide County. Grand Jide got 3 districts now. And the 3 districts are Queenable district, Chien district, and GBARZON district. But I want for every one of us to rally around Madam IDEPOA, who is the national president for Grand Jide Association in the Americas. I want to say thank you very much. And my line is always open to Madam Poor. If there's anything that she wants from me as an individual, and also who will be the former president few days from now, she can call on me. But I'm calling all the GBARZONians, let us rally around Madam IDEPOA to support her agenda. Thank you very much.
Well said, well spoken, Mr. President. Thank you very much. Like I said, we're very, very happy to have you here tonight. And we're very happy to have these kinds of conversations. And we pray and pray that you will be successful in whatever you put your hand. And I think Brazilians all over the diaspora will be willing to help you in whatever endeavors that you decide to take on next. But thank you for your time. Thank you for the energy that you brought into this association. I hope that people that will come in will pick up from there and run with it, because we need to have a developmental agenda just like yours, so that GBARZON district will continue to be ahead of many districts in Grand Jide County. With that said, Mr. President, I want to thank you very much for this time. And I know you and I are going to have a conversation from time to time, president or no president, we're still going to be talking. And hopefully we will invite you here again immediately after the election to give us your own feelings and some of the observation from the election ground for you to be able to narrate to us and our audience. I want to thank you very much. And with that, we will say good night to you, sir.
Good night. Thank you.
Again, folks, Samson told LIBETAL Public Radio. My guest tonight, soon to be outgoing president of GBARZON District Association, Mr. J.J. Dennis Poor, who is the presently president of GBARZON District Association. This young man have done so many things for GBARZON District that I'm just going to now go ahead and play this video again once more, and then we'll bring the show to a close. Let's do that.
GBARZON District, Vice President, JJ Dene, Waweo, Nathaniel Cry, Josephine Cry. Hello, are you there? Are you there? Are you there?
I'm serious. I'm not joking. You will be the judge. Which direction this organization should take? Do you want the current status quo or you want the way forward? Are you going to vote for someone because you are from the same era, or you put GBARZON district first?
As an active member of this organization, what do you consider two urgent needs of this organization, and what are your plans to address them?
Thank you very much. The first thing I'll be thinking about is to bring unity among the GBARZON in the United States or in the diaspora. Because when we are not together, we'll not be talking about financial accountability. First of all the other chapters that we're talking about today, we have to revitalize them. Make sure that the I1 chapter is revitalized. Even if it is there, but we want to make sure. So we want to create more chapters. Let people be able to know that GBARZON district is in that area. So we have to identify who are the GBARZON district members in Missouri. Make sure we bring the people together first. I'm a first priority. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the GBARZON District Association school building, the bill, and these are the classroom. As you can see, March 4th. So there's class note. Second, I'm not too sure what all they put down here, but I just want you to see the student chairs and class and table. And I really appreciate the GBARZON District Association for doing this. Let's go to the next class and follow me. This is another one. And it seemed to me they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, about 20 students in a class. So I'm not too sure. This is 5th grade. Topic, flock. I don't know what that is. So I don't want to interpret anything that is not. So let's see what grade this one is. Oh, it seems like they have more students in here than they do over there, or maybe they just pile the chairs in here for now. Okay, this is, I believe, it's third grade science. By the way, this is the school that was built by GBARZON District Association under the leadership of Mr. J.J. Dennis, and we will post this video here very shortly. I thought I'd read this here. It's very interesting. But thank you. And this is the one I believe they did the renovation on, and I think it's also a wonderful thing. I just want people to know that. But thank you. This is 5th grade, 6th grade, and I believe that this will be 4th grade, 3rd grade. Okay, so they have the grades on the door, as you can see, 3rd and 4th, and then 5th on this door. Okay, 5th on this door, and 6th on this door. I'm not gonna. Okay, they got 8 and 9 and something like that. So this is the high school in Gaudi, and we're visiting here. And I think our brothers and sisters have done a wonderful job, which of course I am part of that. But thank you guys. Bye bye.
National Queen, Awado. I say, where Mao? Before Banto. On the hotel, you know, dear. Ula Habaga, and a wow, Habajiwo, and a wow. The address here, they kill it, I want catch up. You Catch Jelly, and you know, money. La news are when they won't know Ramo. Fabio, it is a letter. Cecilia Gare. La news are when they won't know Ramo. Fabio, Tagajana. We said it, are you way?
Mix International.
I got Nurije, I did Nurije. Maya Nurije, Moji Nurije. Momotia Joe Gadio, and then Joe Gayede, no more, Mama, where it roll. Ula Jay, one boy, I said, yeah, Monodan, one boy, I said, yeah. America, the Mojaja didn't know. Abao, we know well. Tanzania Private, Nobake won't watch you. Tell you well, our dog is in my own one well. Are you there? Are you there? Ah, Blé Franco. Depuis le studio Cambodia, arrangez les doigts. Amewe, Doré, à Sepa, Jetta Master. Ah, National Pride, you know, Josephine Pride. Aïe! Moi, délai, pas son nombre, pas son job. Aïe!
Folks, Samson told LIBETAL Public Radio. Once again, I want to thank all of you. That will be the end of this show tonight. I want to thank Mr. J.J. Dennis for turning in tonight to have a conversation with us. We really do appreciate it. We will be going out of town here, so I'm not too sure if we're going to have a show tomorrow. We will try our best, but we're not going to be in the studio for about a week or so. So stay tuned. Whatever we are, the opportunity is there. We will bring you this show as well. We want to thank all of you. and we will say good night to all of you. Thank you very much, and good night, folks.